Greetings and salutations, Michigan Ultimate Survivor League owners. It is a very crisp Tuesday morning, and I'm your Commissioner James L. Seagraves coming with a Week 1 edition, or Week 2 edition, whatever how you want to think about it. Week 1 edition officially of the Commissioner's Corner podcast. We're going to talk about what went down this weekend, as well as look at a little bit more in depth at the site itself, showing some of you new owners how to use some of the cool tools that are here, and then, of course, looking towards next week's action. New this year, we are not going to be doing our top 20 series until week 3, just because, the nation isn't voting yet, I guess. So, way too many 1-0 teams right now to do it, so they don't mean anything until about week 3. That way people will be, we'll have a real sense of who the top dogs are in the league. So, here we go. We're going to get going here. If you look right here, the first thing we're going to do is look at the standings in a conference by conference breakdown. Starting off with the Jeff Lebowski Conference. Obviously, every game's in conferences this year. So to start off, there's going to be 6 5-0 teams and 6 1-0 teams and 6 0-1 teams. So going from the top, DeWians, highest rated. That is Gary King's team. They are 1-0 with 118.05 points. Malin Incorporated, Zeke's Relationship Corner, Tom Farmer. Malin Incorporated, by the way, is Paul Ward. Collector Kings, Danny Lane won last week with 80.85 points. So some of these scores will astound you that some of these teams won. Not that 80.85 is bad, but the Bean team making his debut, Alex Bain, wins 1-0. And then Muck Fishigan, another good win here comes from Chris Amos, 69.84 points. Now on the flip side of that, Granny's Baloney Curtains, Toon Squad, Double C's, Cody Cole's back, but you didn't even notice. Brady's Balls and Ryan Frazier, we don't have to worry about him going all crazy with super lineups for the first 4 weeks like he said he might, because 56.91 points, I certainly hope you didn't do that, sir. And then last but not least, Paul Smith, 50.90 points. So, not great performances down in that back end, but it's only week 1, these are all important games because they're all conference play, but still, you got to get the sense of things, Going down to Kirk Lazarus, only one team cracked the century mark, and that is Most Known Unknown, Justin Redding, new owner, is leading the conference right now. Honolulu Blue Balls, Larry Weinberg came back, 99.75 points. Brady's backup, which is Young Cromwell, 82.85. Happy Gala Days, Christopher Russell wins in his debut. Nantab Knights, Michael Myers, and then finally the Clockwork Elves, who was randomized, more on that in our winners and losers section coming up, is 70.29 points, Lennon Seagraves. Now, squad rules, not a good, let me tell you, I'm just going to tell you right now, not a good week for the Seagraves family, okay? Neil Seagraves loses 77.68. Savage FC, Patrick McNamara, in his debut, he only puts up 61 points. Chiz Nasty, Jeff Chisholm, I'm not even sure if he's in the league, to be honest with you. I think he is, but he didn't submit in the lineup. He got randomized. It's like the randomizer division. And we'll talk. I got to remember to bring that up for the new owners here. In fact, I'm going to do it right after this. Right there. Concussion Protocol, 0-1, 54.05. AOC, Ilhan Omar, Rishada Tlaib, Bernie, the whacked out radical left is the reason Trump wins again. Not the reason you won this week, though, friend. They got 53.2, and then Freedom Fighter, 49.16. Now, okay, I'm going to pause. Time out right there, okay? For those of you who are new to the league, you might be wondering, I've already used this term randomizer. What the hell does that mean? Should have went over this in our preseason podcast, but I didn't. So what happens is, in order to maintain the integrity of the league, if someone does not submit a lineup, there is a thing called the randomizer who randomly throws out a lineup for them so that nobody gets any automatic wins. This is very important because later on down the year, if someone just gives up on the season, hopefully we've stripped their team from them and put our owner in that cares. But if not, if someone just doesn't submit a lineup, nobody deserves a free win in this league. This is the Michigan Ultimate Survivor League. It's not the Michigan Survivor League. It's the Ultimate Survivor League, which means that even if you play someone who doesn't submit a lineup gets thrown on there for you, okay? How that normally works is you take the top 32 scoring players of each thing, but you actually you don't go to the top 32, you go from number 13 down to number 50, I think, or whatever it is, right? and then it's randomly distributed, so you don't get any of the top 12 players ever in a randomizer, because we're not going to try to reward somebody. So then that is the lineup you're playing against. Now, unfortunately, in week 1, there are no points, so basically all the starting quarterbacks were thrown in there. So some guys got lucky with the randomizer this week. But you don't want to be the first week and get randomized, because here's why. If you get randomized twice in a year, you're exempt from playoff play. So that's not a good look. So, yeah. But week 1, this year I'm already saying it. Week 1 is a pass, because I'll be honest with you. I had a huge event going on Sunday, and I was not fully focused on making sure people had their lineups in, so I'm giving everybody a pass. So that means the Aaron Kings in the world, the Tony Lays in the world, my own wife, son, and father were all part of this event that I did. Whatever, but they got legitimately randomized, I can promise you that. The one team that did not get legitimately randomized, and I will own up to this, is the Dublin Drunks. They submitted a lineup to me because I inadvertently deleted their team, and when he went to log in, the team was gone. I'm like, hey, here's my lineup. It was set at 12:14 p.m., so completely legit. And, yeah, so that's how that works. So that's what I keep saying, randomizer. That means that a computer threw in a lineup for them so that their opponent was not getting to play an automatic win. So it's very important to know. Because down the road, if you're looking for a playoff spot and some clown doesn't submit a lineup against a team that you're hoping loses, undermines the integrity of the whole league. Anyway, back to this. Now we're going down to the Ron Burgundy Conference. 0 100-point performances here. But the lovable Nick Harris leading the conference there with 96 points. Cloacal Kiss, Matty Bradley with 80. The Dublin Drunks, aforementioned Dublin Drunks, 76.25. Ben Miller, Sag Nasty Notches, 73. The Mac Attack is back, Jack, 71. And Nasty Nutria. This is what happens. Tony Lay, you don't even live in Oregon. So I remember last year, week 1, you were abandoning ship for the hurricane that came in. This time, maybe there's a hurricane coming out, but I don't know. If it's not a fire, it's not. I've not heard of it. So 52.5 points wins the game. Now I will tell you that this is a situation where the randomizer should have easily defeated Nasty Nutria for such a shitbag lineup, but it is indeed random, people. So 52.5 is a winning score this week. I'm sorry for everybody who scored higher than that and lost, such as Honolulu Blues, Paul Brown, Bleeding Blue Bombers, Pat Provost Sr., Can I Get a Hot Chub, Andrew Brown. You three, if you would have played Nasty Nutria, you would have won. Better Bring Your A Game, Rob Jazerski, 48 points. Giggle 42.93, and that was not a randomized lineup, Michael Myers. And then Florida Farging Ice Holes, randomized in week 1, 34.29 points. That is what you deserve. I'm sorry. Coming up next, we have the Jeff Picoli Conference. Hockenstein wins and goes in the number 7 all-time highest scores with 136.7 points. Steel City Sackers with 100 points. That's Dustin Hansen. Tallywhackers is Crampton. Password is Taco with 69.63 wins. Aiken for a Ship. Rob Aiken, his debut, 69.18. And then again, Carry On Wayward Son. This is 58.75 points. Brian David, and he went against a guy who was not randomized, so go figure that. Providence Power, yours truly, scores 95 points and loses. Oh, this is my luck, guys. 95 points, and I lost. Oh my god, that's brutal. And I was not randomized, mind you. Jason Footman cannot win a game. The Apache Chiefs, they got scalped to a low 68.76 points. My Balzac really hurts after that beating, as Don Knapp only puts up 60 points. Alabama Muff Riders is riding something. It's called the Shit Train, 47.46 points. And then Kakambas, I don't know what Kakambas means, so I can't even come up with some stupid borderline witty comment about your team, but I know this. 32.11 points in a non-randomized lineup isn't going to happen, okay? Even Florida Farging Ice Holes, the worthless randomized lineup, outscored you. Kakambas, Jeremy, I love you, but I don't know what happened there. I'm going to look at your lineup here in a minute, see what happened. The Frank Drebin Conference, we got defending champion, not this year, but a previous champion, I should say. FarmersOnly.com, 105. Just the sniff ahead, another former champion, Rick Perez with 98.59. Welcome back. Hernandez, Hitman, Antoine Baker with 84. Nasty, Nate's Fruit Cocktail, Nate Moss in his debut wins. Another former champion, your Mother Likes My Defense, scored 67 points and won. And then Hammer 24/7, Joe Dunnigan, new owner, congratulations, winning in your debut with a low 58.09, but that's all it takes. Meanwhile, poor Vincent Vallada, scored a lot of points, but didn't get a lot of wins. He scored 93.2 and lost. I feel your pain, Vince. Liberalism is a road to the foundation of this country, and enough is enough. Back to basics, folks. Man, you got 2 long-ass names and 0 in the win column. I'm sorry, Pat Provost. I love you, but you lost both your teams this week. Let me ask you a question. Tom Farmer loses. Play with Mike Ditka loses. Whispering Eyes, Jason Taylor loses. And then the Black Hole. 37.9. Another 30-point performance of Rob Brandley. Oh, I feel bad for you guys. And then finally, we're rounding up the league with the Brody Bros Conference. We got Team Lil Weinberg. He took offense to the fact that I want him to change his name. He puts up over 100. It tells the commissioner to shut his mouth. Fly Eagles Fly. They put up 93. 99% luck, 1% hard. That's Rocky Keeling with 77 points. Tenacious D Taco Tuesday. And Monstars all winning. While True Blue Wrecking Crew, Team Willie Ledford in his debut hasn't changed his name and put up 77 points. Not bad. New Orleans Rock Trucks was randomized. I don't know what's up with that. Stafford's Bastards, Chubberts, and Sticks It In Ya all losing this week. So that's what happened this week. That's where we stand here. Week 2 is starting. Thursday night we have a barn burner with the Bengals and Browns, which I'm actually excited to watch. But now we're going to go up here. We're going to go reports. We can go to player and then go to starter points player. This is kind of a cool thing. You can see who scored what. Now watch this. If you hit this and you hit player only and you hit now, and then let's say you hit out by 32 quarterbacks, you can hit now and you can see Josh Allen was the number 1 started quarterback this week with 10 people started him, followed by Lamar Jackson shooting for the moon early, I guess, guys. Roethlisberger, Wentz, oh, what a useless dude. Russell Wilson put up 23 points, only started by 3 players. Mahomes, Newton, etc. We'll go to running backs. Let's look and see who the top running back was this week. Oh, I get it now, sorry. Josh Jacobs. Well, no, actually, he was scored the most total points, but if you look by here, this column here, this is who scored what. 16 people started. Boston Scott. I'm going to be honest with you, I don't know who that is. I mean, I'm out of touch, I guess. And then the number 2 starting running back was Austin Eckler. Number 3 was James Conner, rather. Sorry, 12 people starting him. And then let's just go total players and all and see who we got here. The most started person was probably Boston Scott. Great Scott. I don't know who you are, but you suck because 16 people started and you put up 3.7 points. I'm seriously, I took a dump today and I think I scored more points than that. It was a big one. So that's that. That's how you can look at that. And then you can also look at, if you want to see who your opponent has played already, you go to reports, which I go up here so you can see what I'm doing here. There's reports up here. I don't know why you can't see it. Damn it. Reports, franchise, scoring history. This is kind of cool. This shows you who started who. Providence Power, you see in my lineup here. Good. 95.04 points should have been enough to win. What I want to do is look at Kakamba's. I'm sorry, I got to look at this lineup. Now, why, in God's name, did you think it was a good idea to start Tyrod Taylor in week 1? I don't know. Can I walk off the set? Anyone? Oh my God! All right. Yeah, I can't even look at it. Let's look at Team Lil Weinberg. Baker Mayfield. Wow, that took some stones. That much better than Tyrod Taylor. Yes, he is. Ezekiel Elliott, Christian McCaffrey, Devontae Adams, Julio Jones. No wonder you scored so many points, Weinberg. You banking on the season getting canceled or what? Devontae Adams, Julio Jones, Zach Ertz, Jake Elliott, and the Bengals. That's a lot of star players. But I really want to see, who was that number 1 team? It was Hockenstein. Yeah. Hockenstein, high score of the week, starred Drew Brees, Dalvin Cook, Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams, Juju Fisher-Smith, Mark Andrews. There's where some of your points came from that were not predicted. Will Lutz and Buffalo Bills. I mean, it's a good lineup. I wouldn't say it's as good as Lil Weinberg's lineup, though. I mean, Drew Brees, meh, he's over the hill. So anyway, there's that. Winners and losers this week. We already know. The winners, first of all, just football in general. Okay, they're the number one winner because it's back. It's weird. It's weird to look in the stands and not see anybody, but at the end of the day, you don't see the stands all that much. And I like how some of the stadiums are pumping in artificial noise. That's what you have to do. It's going to be really weird to not have anything, just have them playing in silence. That would be very bizarre. I liked it best when Bill Belichick, a man who I greatly respect, don't necessarily like all that much, but I greatly respect him. He was asked, what was it like, have you ever experienced anything like playing in there with no crowd? And his response was, practice. Makes sense to me, but practice games aren't shown on national TV, so for the fans, it's very bizarre. But, whatever. And by the way, Bill Belichick was in a Subway commercial? I mean, I know 2020 is all effed and all, but now all of a sudden Bill Belichick is doing commercials? That's got to be a sign of the end times, am I wrong? Anyway, I don't know. But anyway, let me go over here real quick. We'll get you back up here so we can see this. So, yeah, so now we're going to look at the Week 2 matchups coming up. I don't have the team. I don't have the rankings yet. Like I said, that'll start after Week 3. But here's what we can do, okay? Every game's important. I'm going to break down every game real quick. This is based on how many points they scored last week. This is what the spread is over here, okay? But Mayland Incorporated, Paul Ward taking on Zeep's Relationship Corner. Both those teams are 1-0. Super Original, 0-1, taking on Granny's Baloney Curtains, 0-1. So one of them will get their first victory. Toon Squad, 0-1. The Bean Team, 1-0. So there's a chance for the Bean Team to really put Toon Squad, Corey Dole, back in his place. DeWians, 54-point favorites over Double C's. Cody Cole, 0-1 with 63 points. DeWians dropped 118 last week, but we didn't look at his lineups. We don't know what he started. Chris Amos versus Danny Lane in 1-0 matchups, so that's good. One of those teams will fall from the unbeaten real quick. Now You See Me, Now You Don't versus Brady Balls. This is the dog show right here, folks. We had two 0-1 teams taking on each other, and they both collectively scored fewer points than some of the teams this week. Love y'all, but we just gotta get shots in. Gotta get shots in. Concussion Protocol 0-1 taking on Freedom Fighter, also 0-1. Honolulu Blue Balls 1-0 taking on Most Known Unknown 1-0, so that'll weed out one of the undefeated teams. Happy Galladays versus Squadrels in a battle of 77 pointers. 0.5 points is all that was outscored. They're both 0-1, I believe. Yep. No, Happy Galladays won with 77 points, and Squadrels lost with 77 points. Michael Myers taking on Young Cromwell, both 1-0, so that'll be good. Savage FC, Patrick McNamara taking on the Clockwork Elves, 1-0. This long-ass name, 0-1, taking on Chiz Nasty, 0-1, which, is, I don't know what happened to that guy. Sag Nasty, 1-0, taking on Bleeding Blue Bombers, 0-1. Cheechki versus the Mac Attack is back. Jack, I believe both of those are 1-0 teams. Giggle, Michael Myers, 0-1, taking on Can I Get a Hot Chub, 0-1, so there we go. Honolulu Blues, that is Paul Brown taking on the Dublin Drunks. There's an 0-1 versus 1-0 team. Better Bring Your A Game lost and is still 13-point favorites to the randomized Florida Farging Ice Holes. Nasty Nutria with their 52-point win, taking on Cloacal Kiss. So Maddie Bradley, battle of lovely women there. Alabama Muff Riders taking on J Footman Can. That's a 0-1 matchup. Tallywhackers, Josh Crampton taking on yours truly, 95.04 points. I'm a favorite, but I'm 0-1 because I scored more points last week and lost. Oh, God. Carry On Wayward Son taking on Steel City Sackers. Those are both 1-0 teams. Password is Taco and Aiken for a Ship. Both 1-0. That's probably the game of the week right there, folks. Kikamba's taking on the Apache Chiefs. One of these teams needs to get their act together. It's pretty sad, both of them. Apache Chiefs scored 68 points, which is much better than Kikamba's lowly 32.11. Hockenstein taking on, that's Josh Endicott taking on his boy Don Knapp, a 75-point favorite. That's not going to happen again, I can promise you. But still, Nasty Nate's Fruit Cocktail taking on Hammer 24/7. Both 1-0 teams. the Black Hole, taking on a lot of Velada. One of those teams looking for the first win. 55-point favorite for a lot of Velada. He scored 93. The Black Hole put up a measly 37.9. Whispering Eyes, Jason Taylor, 0-1, taking on just a sniff ahead. Richard Perez, 42-point favorite there. They're obviously one's 1-0, one's 0-1. Hernandez Hitman going 1-0 versus Tony Cromwell, 0-1. Pat Provost, 0-1, taking on Let Me Ask You a Question in the Battle of the Right. Who was the right to win that game? Got my trusty Rudy's hot dog mug, by the way. Toledo, it's good. Your Mother Likes My Defense taking on FarmersOnly.com. We knew this was coming soon. Battle of Former Champions. So that is the game of the week. Both 1-0 too. Taco Tuesday taking on Monstars. Another battle of 1-0 teams. Sticks at India taking on Fly Eagles Fly. Chubberts taking on True Blue Wrecking Crew. I believe both of those teams are 0-1. Yes. Tenacious D, Josh Crampton 1-0 taking on Lil Weinberg. Another huge game here, folks. Both 1-0. Then we got Team Willie Ledford versus New Orleans Rock Chucks, both 0-1. And then 99% Luck, 1% Heart versus Stafford's Bastards, 1-0 and 0-1 respectively. Those are your games. Couple crucial games already. It's only week 2 and we're already talking game of the week, folks. So, yeah, get your lineups in. If you have any questions, look for us on Facebook or you can send me a message directly. Also, one last thing, if you want NFL Sunday tickets, some of the guys have seen this on my personal Facebook page, but I'm going to let you know it now. If you want NFL Sunday ticket, I have the hookup. Okay? Message me, comment, text me, something. Whole year of Sunday ticket, super cheap. Get a hold of me. I got it, and it does work. These guys will test that. Hey, my wife shows up. Perfect timing. And you all have a wonderful day. We'll see you next week. Okay, bye.